Hey guys, happy Sunday. You guys know how much I love delivering tax plans, and today I get to deliver another one. I'm so excited. I have some cool statistics to show you guys. This is an actual plan. Of course, no name shared because we got to keep everything private and secure, which I love. But I wanted to show you guys this. I thought you might find it as cool as I do. So this is the actual one of the pages of the deliverable. We've got a starting rate 24.79% Fed and state down to 0%. Tax savings for this year, right, is 94,702. Total tax savings and earnings. Now, this is a husband and wife, a family of 4 kids, so it's a total family of 6. $37 million in tax-free wealth, tax-free earnings, tax-free just income, right? So no more tax on any of their income because they're down at 0%. Guys, this right here, this is why I do what I do. This is the kind of stuff that I absolutely love. Now, very long story short, I wanted to make sure that you guys knew what are some of the actual strategies that got this family to this point. How do you get to 0%? One of the very first things that I always have to bring up, guys, this is not a silver bullet. It's not just one strategy and that's it, okay? You absolutely need to be implementing strategy on top of strategy on top of strategy, okay? Tax strategy is not for the faint of heart. This is work. Absolutely work, okay? I would love to tell you that the goddess can wave the magic wand and you end up with 0%. You got to work for this, okay? So really the question is, as in this case, is $94,000 a year, is that worth your time? It may or may not be, okay? This is absolutely something that you as a business owner, you as a family, you need to choose whether $94,000 a year is worth your time. For some people it is, for some people it isn't, okay? If it is for you, reach out, okay? This is the kind of work that we do. Send us referrals, even if you are not in the right position for something like this. Friends, family, do you know anybody else overpaying their taxes, right? We love referrals. We want to take care of you and then keep all the money in all of our pockets instead of the hands of the government. Now, how did we get to $37 million? $37 million tax-free. Most people can't even dream of that much money. Okay, $37 million. So step one is you've got to look at where your money is going. All right. Now, I'm not talking about budgeting. I'm not talking about cutting costs. Okay. I'm talking about how do you get double and triple dips on your money. So for example, the use of infinite banking and, or in this case, some premium financing. Okay. If you can qualify for those kinds of programs, you can actually put the money in. There's no tax deduction up front, but all of the earnings are tax-free for life. Okay, so it's kind of like a really big Roth IRA account. All right. And if you ever need the money, if you want to start a business, buy a car, buy a rental property, buy a new house, you can use that money again. You can have access to that money. You get to take it out tax-free. You can buy whatever you want. So of course, I'm a big fan of triple dipping, right? So you put it in, you get tax-free earnings. You pull it out, you have access to the cash. And if you buy something that is a business or an investment that's going to make you more money, there's your triple dip. You just earn more money on your previous money and it's tax-free. So it's really hard to argue with that. So that's how you get to huge numbers like 37 million. Now this is husband and wife and 4 kids, as I said, so a family of 6. So their numbers get pretty big pretty fast. Now, why is traditional tax planning leaving millions on the table for business owners just like you? Okay, because most people believe that tax planning is what their CPA does at the end of the year. Most CPAs, now I'm not saying all of them, I myself, CPA, okay, many CPAs are paid to do your tax return. They are not paid to be a strategist. I even just got a frog in my throat. They're not paid to be a strategist. And what breaks my heart is that business owners believe that their CPA is looking through every strategy. We look at over 1,800 strategies every single case for every single client. Do you think your CPA, when they're filing tax returns, has time to look at 1,800 strategies to figure out which strategies are for you, which strategies aren't for you, which strategies are going to give you the biggest bang for the buck. Should you spend your $10 here, your $10 here, which one gives you a higher return on investment? Okay. These clients had a 529 times ROI. Okay. 529 times. It's mind-blowing to me that people don't necessarily understand. Business owners, successful, making tons of money. We get calls from people making millions of dollars every single year. They had no idea that tax strategists, right? So yeah, I'm a CPA, but that's not my primary gig. I don't know if you guys know that. That's not my primary gig, right? STC, tax strategy, strategic tax coaching, that's what we do. That's how we put on your plate for you and your family $37 million of tax-free income for life, okay? So if you as a business owner, if you're thinking that your CPA is actually digging through 1,800 something strategies to figure out what's best for you, they're most likely not, okay? They don't have time. They don't have the bandwidth. They're so focused on preparing the return that when are they going to have time to look at that kind of thing? Now, they may or may not, they may bring up some of what we call the low-hanging fruit, right? Let's buy a car, let's put into a 401k plan, these kind of low-hanging fruit that every CPA knows about. But if you're looking for real change in your tax bill and your numbers and how much cash you get to keep in your pocket, you're going to want to look at having a 2-person team. The person filing your tax return, CPA, enrolled agent, tax preparer, whoever that is, and your tax strategist, okay? Your tax strategist is the one that brings all the strategies, figures out how to integrate them, and tells you and your CPA how to report them on the tax return, okay? Where to report them, how to deal with it, why all the strategies are legal, why they're all above board. So if you're looking to get to not leaving millions of dollars on the table every single year, this number for this client, 90, let's go back to that. Hold on. We're going to pull up the exact numbers here, right? $94,702 every single year. This client was overpaying $94,000, almost $95,000 every single year. If you are overpaying taxes, you need a tax strategist. That's our job, right? We work with your team to be able to get you the best bottom line dollar, okay? Now, very last piece of it, I promised you guys actionable insights, right? Actionable insights. What can you do today to start optimizing your financial strategy, okay? Number one, get the right team around you, okay? It's not just the CPA and the tax strategist, financial advisor, insurance planner, estate and trust attorneys. You might need a corporate attorney, okay? Having the right team is a huge piece of it. Secondly, and I hope it's okay that I say it this way. I feel, I'm not sure how I feel about this. Get off your butt. The Canadian in me is freaking out that I'm saying this on camera, okay? Get off your butt, right? If you want the tax savings, you have to take action. You have to do something, okay? If you don't do anything, right? What's the famous saying, right? You can keep doing the same thing and expect a different outcome. It's the definition of insanity, right? So if you don't want your tax dollars going somewhere else, get off your butt, create a team, and start doing the work of the actual strategies, okay? It's probably one of the places where we get the most questions, right? Is like, Shauna, this sounds amazing. I want the $95,000 back in my pocket. I don't want to give that to the government. How much time, how much effort, okay? What is that going to take? Depending on which strategies are right for you, in some cases, it's 5-6 hours. You're making a couple of telephone calls, okay? Some big bang for the buck on the ROI there. In other cases, you may need to spend 10 hours across a month going through some paperwork, filling out forms, gathering data, okay? There's a huge range of how much work that this can take. I have yet to see a case where savings about this level takes you, the client, more than about 30 hours. 30 hours. So for 1 week, let's round it up to 40. For 1 week of full-time work across a year is $95,000 worth of it. Only you can answer that question. So if you're looking to answer that question, you want to know how much 1 week's worth of work will save you and your family, reach out to our team. this is what we do. We would absolutely love to help you. Taxgoddess.com. We are super easy to find. So refer yourself, okay? So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to the team and I. We're always here to help, always looking for ways that we can help other business owners keep this cash in their pockets. Again, if you're looking for these kind of results, 0% tax with a $37 million ROI and $95,000 a year back into your pocket, let us know. Okay, this is the kind of stuff we do. So thanks so much for letting me rant today and being a little risque on camera. But guys, get your butt into action. I'll pull a mama. Okay, so get your butt into action. Let's go save some money. All right, you guys, I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. I'm going to go deliver a tax plan, and I'm so excited. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye.